Slow down. You're killing me, girl. What up, team? It's your boy Josh, and welcome to Move Coalition, the coalition dedicated to making the world a happier place through movement. Today, I'm super stoked. We got a special guest. You know how it is. Stick around. So as I said today, guys, we got a special guest, and we got Unimerce, aka Mercedes, in the house. Today, we are gonna crush an ab workout, and I call this life activation. Now, I have a certain term of life activation, but you have a very different one.
I do, a very special one.
Which we are gonna get into later on, so stick around. So today, guys, this is a quick one. This is a burner. We're gonna crush our core. We got 4 movements, and we're only gonna move for 20 seconds on each movement with a 10-second rest period. So stay close, because this one goes real quick. And we're gonna start with runner's crunch first, and then we're gonna move into 3 other movements. So you ready? We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Let's move. 20 seconds here. Now, if you're a savage, you can keep your feet off the floor like Mercedes is, or if you're like me, not as much of a savage with the core movements. Savage mode. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and recover. 10 seconds. We're going into plank saw, so we're going to be shifting back and forth. As I said, guys, this one's a quick one. We're going 3, 2, 1, and we're just sliding forward and back, keeping our core engaged the whole time. You want to think as if you're doing a crunch. That's it, guys. Stay with it. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. We're on our backs now. From here, legs up in the air. We've got a single leg lift in 3, 2, 1. Right leg down, back up, left leg down, back up. And we're moving for 20 seconds on this one. You can keep your hands on the floor if you want, just to balance you out. 10 seconds. Push the lower back into the ground. 3, 2, 1, and recover. Mountain climber crossovers, and this will be the end of our first round. Told you guys we're moving up and down. 3, 2, 1. Let's move. And there we go. Look at that tempo. Now, I don't know if you guys hear that music, but guess who made those beats? Mercedes made these beats, guys, just for us to move to.
Yes.
All the music you're hearing. 3, 2, 1, and recover. Runner's crunch. We're going back to the top of the set. Runner's crunch lying on our back. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's move. 20 seconds. That's halfway. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and recover. You're setting the pace here. I was like trying to catch up to you on those movements. Plank saw, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. I just can't move as fast as you. So with any kind of plank, guys, I'm just trying to focus on contracting my core like I'm doing a crunch. Moving back and forth disengages the core a lot harder.
It indeed does.
5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and recover. Leg lifts on our backs. Whew. 5 seconds. Legs up. 3, 2, 1, and let's move. Syncing up our breathing. Look at that synchronicity. I hope synchronicity is a word.
It is.
Thank you, Theosaurus. 3, 2, 1, and recover. Mountain climb crossovers, guys. This is the end of the second round here. 3, 2, 1. Let's move. You got it, guys. Keep moving. Stay with us. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and recover. On our backs, Last set, best set. Full send till the end. Runners crunch. 3,
Go.
2,
Get it.
1. Let's move. Slow down. You're killing me, girl. My abs are so
That's what they all say.
Oh, my abs are burning out. 3, 2, 1. Recover. Plank saw. Oh, this is a quick workout. This is the quickest ab workout we've ever done. 3, 2, 1. Let's move. Just forward and back. Keep your hips in the same alignment as your head and your ankles, just one straight line down the back of the body. 3, 2, 1, and recover. Straight leg lifts. 2 more exercises, guys. We're nearly there. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Right leg down first. Let's go. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Mountain climbers to finish. My abs are cooked. That's like a Thanksgiving turkey. She done. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Last 20 seconds of movement here, guys. Let's get it right to the end. That's it. Nearly there, guys. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and done. Oh, flip me over. I'm baked. Pound it out. Good job, guys. So as I call life activation workouts, like these workouts are what fuel me and make me feel a better person. And it just like gets me going for the rest of the day. Starts my intentions with a positive mindset at the beginning of the day. The rest of my day's better, but I want to hear more about your life activation because we've talked about it within our sessions, but I still don't know entirely what it encompasses. But everyone at home, I'm sure, will be really interested in like this life activation. So let us know, what is a life activation?
So a life activation is a type of energy healing that I offer. And so as humans, we have this untapped potential. Kind of like part of us is still asleep. And so what the life activation does is comes in on our DNA and turns us on, gives us a higher connection to our higher self and source, so we can unlock all that potential that we have, you know, because we're born into society with rules, regulations, programming, conditioning. You know, a lot of people go throughout their life not knowing truly who they are or what their life mission is. Guys, we were all put here to complete a big mission, whatever that might look like to you. Me, I have my own mission, Josh has his, and so does everybody else out there. And so the life activation helps you unlock that potential that you have, you know, awaken that like spiritual DNA that we have inside of us. Because we have our 5 senses, but we also have 5 spiritual senses that we use on a daily. Our intuition is even one of them, you know, and it's waking those senses up, being able to know thyself more and complete that mission that you were put here to do.
So what physically happens in a life activation? Like what actually goes on?
So with all energy healing, guys, as you can see, energy healing is using our 5 untapped senses that we have. So I would be going in and literally like turning on your spiritual energy, also cleaning that up because we have, you know, different layers of our spiritual body too, our aura, all of that kind of stuff.
How do you do that? Is that just with like hands or?
It's an hour procedure, and yes, it takes like my hands and a magic wand and you know, all that, all that crazy stuff.
That witchery. But seriously, oh yeah?
Yeah, and one thing that I can tell you guys is like, you know, these types of like energy healings, you can't physically see them, as we said, they're with our 5 senses, but you can definitely feel the difference when you get an energy healing. And you know, that's just my what's it called?
Experience,
yeah. That's what my experience is from it. That's the experience that I have got from it. I went to get my first life activation 3 years ago when I really felt like I was in a place of like, you know, I feel like a lot of us go through this time in our life, like a feel of hopelessness.
I remember that time too, yeah.
Of where to go next or what to do next, you know? Because as I said, we are programmed, we're in like these social conditionings. A lot of us like, you know, wear these masks. We don't really truly know who we are or what, or, you know, we get to this point of like a breakdown of frustration or whatever it is. And I know that I had my first life activation. And from there, like, my life, like, literally changed itself around just from like, you know, knowing thyself. And, you know, I put that out there for other people because I know it's worked for me and the experiences that it gave me. And now I went into, like, learn how to be able to do these things so I can offer this service to other people as well to change their lives.
The big part is you were willing and because I remember this time in your life because we've been friends for like over 4 years now.
Yeah.
And I've seen like a lot of different phases of Unimerce, of you, Mercedes. And I remember this time 3 years ago, and where she was at 3 years ago and where she's at now is a huge change. But what is it that the life activation did for you? Like, what is the experience that it did for you? So what was the obstacle and like what was the result at the end afterwards? Like, because I remember you said it was over a 6-month period. This isn't just like an instantaneous thing.
It's not just an instant thing, you know, guys, like working on ourselves and getting to know ourselves properly from the inside out is obviously a lifelong thing. And we go through these like lessons of ourselves. The life activation for me really just helped open up that spiritual DNA that we have inside of us that we don't tap into. And it's starting to like know about those things, knowing that we are more than just this physical human body. We are more than this meat suit. And obviously it's really important to keep this meat suit in perfect condition, and so we do these things like working out and keeping our mental health in tip-top shape. But we are a lot more than this. Like, our spirit, our soul within inside us is infinite. Like, you know, we can travel out of the this is going really into spirituality.
This is some deep stuff.
You can leave this body through astral travel, through a lot of different things. And so like taking care of who you are inside is truly important and really shows on the outside. And so as we get back to the life activation and doing energy healings, I find that those types of things work on your spiritual self, our light body, which is inside of this suit that we have.
Well, that's it, guys. There's so many different versions of mental health, but it's really cool to see what works for other people, because what works for some people may not work for other people. But the main thing is that we constantly need to be working on ourselves. We constantly need to be trying to better ourselves because, you know, when we're, you know, people say I'm in maintenance phase. Maintenance phase is digressing. There is no maintenance. You're either moving forward or you're moving backwards. So it's truly important to keep working on ourselves, you know, within different ways. And I really find that life activation was an interesting thing for you, and it really helped you.
And it's not, I mean, that was just the starting point for me. Then it was, you know, always going, because we've always got to keep growing. If we get stuck in any type of energy, then it's hard to like move through it. It's like quicksand, right? It's like energy can be very heavy, can also be very light. And if we're stuck in the energy of like depression and not feeling good and not being able to move forward, we just gotta get ourselves out of that. And it is by taking those like little steps, as we talked about in the last workout, is like waking up and doing those little steps towards like, you know, your goals and getting yourself there and not being stuck. It's just
And I think, just move. And I think it's really important to share with people what has worked with you, because, and that's why I wanted to share, because, you know, this might help someone get out of a dark place that they're in right now. And that's the main message. What we want is like, there's so many different ways to get out of certain places within life, but you just have to find those. And that's what we're doing, is kind of creating those paths for everyone to kind of better themselves. So if you've experienced something different, then let us know in the comments below. Other than that, subscribe, and we'll see you next workout. Peace.